This is the picture, and everybody might be aware of it already. This is the picture right before he goes missing. So to give you some context, because I'm going to talk about it, it's 8:45. This picture is time-stamped. We know right where Terri was when she took this picture. She's in Miss Porter's classroom at 8:45. This is critical, okay? This is right before he walks out the school with Terri and goes missing. Don't let Terri tell you anything else. In my son's case, the primary search scene and the investigative scene was at Skyline. They determined right away that he had gone missing from Skyline. There's, timelines out there, stories. She tries to deflect and all the things, but honestly, he was in the school and that's where he disappeared from. So, that is really what it comes down to. In those first few hours, Skyline was searched many times. We had canines in there, we had investigative teams. They searched the tunnels, I think about 10 or 11, 12 times. We searched the school. We wanted to make sure that Kyron was not there, right? He's very shy. There's a lot of people there that day. Maybe he took off to a corner and was hiding. I do that, right? I was hiding before I came here. Yeah, so Kyron's school's not large. We'll go over that, but it's basically one main hallway. The classes are off of that hallway on 2 stories. Not complicated. There's a gym, takes up a lot of landscape, right? But that's about it. It's not very big. So, Kyron's class is at the opposite end, the complete west end of the school. The east end of the school is where the school buses drop off the kids and where they go to get on the buses to leave to go home at the end of the day. So that's the span that we're talking about, right? So there were 400 parents in the school that day. And that's important to know. Think about that main hallway and how crowded it was with 400 parents and what that might look like. I was heartbroken because I could not be there that day, but I had agreed with Kane and Terri that they were going to go support Kyron. I am an accountant by trade. I've been an accountant for 35 years. Unfortunately, it was quarter end, year end, month end, all of the things culminating in June, and it was a deadline, and I couldn't take time off. It was kind of an understanding, and it's an industry standard, unfortunately. I hate to admit it. But I couldn't be there. Earlier in the day, I had received several emails already from Terri, and then also throughout the day, right? She had sent me 5 emails that day. This is unusual because although we were co-parents, we were not close. And normally she would email short little 1-sentence emails to me, but she wouldn't pepper me with emails. It was really unusual. She had emailed me about everything. All the things that we were going to do for the summer, t-shirts I had on order. Gina was in the video. She was the PTA president. She was helping with t-shirt orders. She had emailed me about the science fair, about where she walked specifically, what classes she went to, and what she did that day in the school. And then she also let me know that she had mailed the brochure from the school science fair to me. It was unusual. It was like we weren't going to talk later that night when I picked up the kids. It was like she was taking and checking off a checklist of everything she needed to do so that it was all wrapped up. with all of that, I had no reason to think that Kyron was unaccounted for, or missing for that matter. I had no reason to know what was about to happen. There was just nothing. After I got the call from the school, all I wanted to do was get in my car and go. It's that instinct, right? But my boss said, whoa, whoa, whoa. You gotta call your husband, you gotta stop and think, I don't know that you should be getting in a car. I mean, she was, trying to be caring, but I was on adrenaline, I was going, right? And so instead, I picked up my cell phone and I walked outside of work and I said, I'm calling her first, right? So I call, King doesn't answer, Terri answers. Okay. So I say to her, what the hell is going on? I just want to get to the point. There's no pleasantries, not hi, how you doing? What the hell is going on? And she proceeds to tell me she's reading a grocery list. This wasn't the last moment that she saw my son and he went missing. I dropped him off at 8:15. I didn't walk him all the way to the classroom. I waved at him from the top of the stairs from Mr. Macbeth's, right? She's just thinking that I'm not going to pay attention and not listen truly to the words. And it did take me a second because it was all it was slow motion for me. And by the time my gut realized what she was saying, she was already 2 things ahead. But I'm sitting there going, whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean you dropped him off at 8:15? I know that she didn't, right? I have an email. I have a picture. I know that she didn't drop him off. So, sure enough. Oh, well, and she starts stammering. And then she starts changing her story, which concerned me greatly. That mom instinct y'all have right there, yeah, I felt it. There was no way in hell she was telling me the truth, and I knew it at that moment. And then she acted like it was a romantic movie. I walked up the stairs from Mr. Macbeth's classroom. I was standing there waving to him. He was to Miss Porter's door, and and I'm sitting there thinking, no, that's not possible. As you come up from Mr. Macbeth's classroom, it's like a U-shaped stairwell, right? It's off inside the gym. There's a wall, and there's a wall up here. So you walk into a wall before you come out into the main hallway. There is no way if she was standing at the landing on top of those stairs that she could ever see Kyron at the other end of the hallway. It's not possible. Not to mention, as I mentioned to you all, there's 400 parents in the school that day. Someone with really bad eyesight, like my son, can I call you back? Cannot see through 400 people in the school that day, right? He can only see about 2 or 3 feet in front of him. He got my eyesight, and even though he wears glasses, he still struggles. And so that was critical. So that's what's running through my head is, there is no way, she is not telling me the truth. This is not possible.